We are not just here to survive, we are here to live well and to be happy. Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Grace, and on this channel, I reflect and I talk about things like personal growth, slow living, small business, and life in general. Today, I want to talk about a word that can have a very powerful effect when used effectively in midlife. There's an art to how this word can be used. It's the art of saying yes in your second act, or, as I like to call it, how not to become a reclining chair enthusiast, unless that's your thing. At the heart of it, this art is all about knowing how and when to say yes to things that make your heart race with excitement. It's not the stress-filled, I suppose I have to say yes because I don't want to disappoint anyone. No, not that kind of yes. I'm talking about the deliberate, oh, count me in kind of yes. The one that creates a childlike buzz of excitement, like you're about to dive into something really amazing. And it's also about mastering the art of not saying yes to things that drain you, overwhelm you, or make you want to curl up in a ball with a blanket and a remote. The midlife myth. One of the biggest myths about midlife is that it's all about slowing down, taking it easy, and just coasting. It's the myth that says you are no longer useful, you no longer need to be active, you are no longer expected to pursue personal growth, to challenge yourself, or to make significant changes. The myth that says you should just maintain a comfortable routine, potentially without the same level of effort or drive or enthusiasm that you once had. Well, here's the thing. I can enjoy a good sofa moment with tea and biscuits like anybody else, but I also know that there's so much life left to live, so many doors still waiting to be opened. So, what if instead of settling for less, we decided to say yes to more? Yes to adventures, opportunities, and experiences we never thought possible at our age. This is what I've realised. The second act, whether you define that as your 40s, 50s, 60s, or beyond, isn't the time when you have to be confined or limited by a world that seems to have shrunk and a world that expects you to slow down. You can break free from limitations. It's the time when you can expand your world intentionally if you choose. It's the time to edit this chapter wisely and to say yes boldly with courage. Guess what? Can you imagine? There was a time, fairly recently, when I said yes to YouTube. At 62, introverted, no tech team, no glam squad, just me, my tea, my mobile phone, and a tripod. It was a project that scared me a little, but I recorded my first YouTube video, edited it, pressed the publish button, and I learned that it was just in my head. I didn't crumble under the pressure, and it's helped me feel more alive than I've felt in years. So today, I want to talk about how to say yes in a way that keeps you curious, growing, laughing, smiling, and expanding without draining yourself or losing your sanity or your standards. Why yes is different in midlife. In our 20s and 30s, we often said yes to everything. Every invite, every opportunity, every sure, I can do that. Sometimes to prove ourselves, sometimes out of obligation, sometimes, well, just because we didn't know how to say no politely. But by the time we hit midlife, things shift. Our energy becomes more precious, our time feels shorter, and our sense of what matters becomes sharper. That's why saying yes now carries more weight. It's no longer about proving ourselves or collecting experiences for the sake of it, but about choosing experiences that truly fit and resonate with us personally. Saying yes in midlife can be so beneficial. It can introduce us to new adventures, opportunities, experiences, and to the joy of discovering that we're not done surprising ourselves. It can shake us out of routines, introduce new hobbies, and unlock talents we didn't know we had. It can remind us that we're still capable of starting from scratch. Yes keeps your brain sharp. Learning new things challenges your mind and helps keep those neurons firing. Yes expands your world. New experiences lead to new people, new places, and new perspectives. Yes builds confidence. Every time you say yes and survive, you remind yourself and everyone else that you're capable of doing more than you thought. So, how do you know which yes is worth it? 4 questions I ask myself before I say yes. Before making a commitment, I now ask myself 4 questions. First question: does it excite me or drain me when I think about it? I pay attention to my gut reaction. If my gut says meh, then I honour that gut feeling. It's usually right. If it involves unnecessary exhaustion, for me, that's a hard no. But if my first thought is something like, oh, this could be fun, or that sounds really interesting, then I could be saying yes to a new adventure, opportunity, or experience. Second question: does it align with my values and the person I'm becoming? Sometimes a yes fits the old you, but not the current you. Don't feel obliged to say yes just because it's something that you would have done in the past. Just because you loved something when you were 35 doesn't mean it still fits you at 60. As we get older, our preferences change. So I ask myself, does it align with who I am now or who I am becoming and not who I was? Third question: is this challenging in a scary and good way? If I get a kind of nervous excitement at the prospect of something that can potentially help me grow, then that's worth a yes. Fourth question. What will be the result or the consequences? Will it add to my life or take away something important like using up my valuable time or energy for little return? Will it sacrifice my mental or physical health? My health is not worth sacrificing. Other questions that can be asked before saying yes. Can you say yes without committing yourself? Can you test drive the yes? You can say yes for now and you don't have to commit forever. If it's not right, you can walk away and no one will die. I said yes to learning Canva 3 years ago. My first few attempts, disasters. But I kept going and now I can design things like my own thumbnails, images, digital products and more. I would have missed out if I hadn't said yes and given it a try. Can you say yes with boundaries? For example, I'd love to help, but I can only do one Saturday a month. The joy factor. Does thinking about the thing make you smile or feel happy or laugh or even make you do a little victory dance around your kitchen? Joy is one of the best gauges that you have. I love creativity. So last year, I said yes to an invite to a fashion illustration workshop. Fashion illustration? Me? I never would have considered myself capable. I'm not exactly the person you would expect to see sketching runway models, but something about it intrigued me, the mix of traditional art and modern tech. So I decided to give it a go.
Nose, just a little bit of a U, nothing much. Then have fun with the lip. It can be a red lip. And literally a dot is fine. Now if I go to the skin, look what I can do with this same blending brush. Anything that looks too flat, like literally is your paintbrush. And I left it till last because it's the fun part.
And you know what? I thoroughly enjoyed it. Not because I mastered how to use a Mac or use the Procreate app. Not because I became the next great illustrator. My proportions still made the models look like they had giraffe legs. Anyway, it was because I had enjoyed the experience, it had given me pleasure and brought a smile to my face. I had met and interacted with fellow women who were also keen to learn something new. But most importantly, it had woken up a curious, experimental side of me that had been quietly waiting for an excuse to come out and play. The energy and impact of a good yes. Remember, not every opportunity is for you. Saying yes in midlife isn't about doing more, it's about doing what matters to you. Sometimes it can be something big, like starting a new business or moving to a new place. And sometimes it's saying yes to something small, like trying a new tea or wearing that bold lipstick. It's less about the scale of the yes and more about the energy it creates in you and its effect on your life. So, a good yes will give you a lift, expand your world, make you see yourself differently, help you grow in ways you didn't expect. We are not just here to survive, we are here to live well and to be happy. So, if you've been holding back, waiting for permission, for the perfect moment for someone to tell you it's okay, well, it might not be the perfect moment, but here it is. It's okay to say yes, but remember, it's not about throwing yourself into everything. It's about recognizing the moments that can bring joy, connection, adventure, growth, or a change, and being brave enough to step into those moments. Your yeses are precious. Guard them, but don't hoard them. Use them to create a life that feels rich, energetic, vibrant, and deeply yours. Because your second act, it's not just the next chapter, it's the best chapter. And the doors you open now might just lead to your most surprising and joyful moments yet. To the things that make you feel like the version of you that's still growing, still curious, still very much alive and in the game. Because your second act isn't just about slowing down, it's about choosing what's worth your time, your energy, and your spark. So here's a little challenge. The next time life throws you an opportunity, big or small, pause, take a breath, ask yourself a few questions, check your excitement meter, and if it feels right, say yes. Try that pottery class. Take that trip. Write that book. Or do whatever else makes you feel good. You never know what new friends you'll make, what hidden talents you'll discover, or what stories you'll be telling years from now. Thank you for spending this quiet moment with me today. If this resonated with you, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Have you said a yes recently that surprised you? What helped you decide it was worth it? I can't wait to hear your yes stories. And as always, if you enjoyed today's reflection, please give this video a like and subscribe to this channel. Until next time, take care, and I'll see you in the next video.